I'm joined by a bipartisan group of governors, members of Congress, mayors, law enforcement officials, most of whom live and work along the southern border. They know the border is not a political issue to be weaponized. The responsibility we have to share to do something about it. They don't have time for the games played in Washington, and neither do the American people. So today, I'm moving past Republican obstruction and using the executive authorities available to me as president to do what I can on my own to address the border.
Good. Can you imagine if you were president, all the tools at your disposal, right? And you don't break them out until 5 months before Election Day, when you're scheduled, it looks like, to lose. You're looking at Eagle Pass. Think about this. The Biden administration sued Texas basically to keep Eagle Pass open to illegal migrants, and they did that just a few weeks ago. It is insane, and I'd like to bring in Abraham George. He has a unique perspective on this. He's from Texas, and he's the chair of the Republican Party in Texas. Mr. George, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
And it is, I'm confused, to be honest, and a little bit mad. How do you feel about what Joe Biden pulled? What are they saying down there at the border?
Well, what he said is right. It's not an issue to be played with. But unfortunately, the only person who's doing that is Joe Biden. It's not a state issue, but here in Texas, we've spent billions of dollars trying to secure the border. And Joe Biden's response is they slapped us with a lawsuit against, federal government versus state of Texas. That's what they did.
All right. So this is, and obviously it doesn't even fix the problem, right? I mean, under this thing, I think a huge number of illegal people can still come in. Is it really just, I guess it is. It's politics, right?
It is a stunt. I mean, he's losing. I mean, Donald Trump just raised, $200-some million in the last, 4 days, I guess. So he knows he's got to do something, and this is his response to Texas. And I don't think Texans are buying it. We never bought it when he said a bunch of stuff like this, and it didn't mean anything to us. We have fentanyl crisis here in Texas. We have all kinds of problems. Our ranchers and farmers in West Texas and South Texas are having problems with not just illegal immigration, but also violence from these people who are coming in, because half of them are coming from prisons and mental asylums and places like that. We just cannot control it anymore.
So Abraham George, could you tell us a little bit about your own story? I understand you were born overseas. America is a nation of immigrants. My ancestors, your mom and dad, you, but they all came here legally, and that's the way to do it. Just tell us a little bit about your background and if you have an American dream.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in India, South India, and my dad and mom are preachers, Pentecostal preachers. They've decided they want to move to the United States when I was 2. And it took about a 14-year process to come here, but we came here the right way. We got here to North Texas and over almost 30 years now. And I built a home here and business and went to school here. So if you come here the right way and believe in the fundamental principles of free market and limited government, what America stands for, you can be successful here, and it is the right way to do it. So it infuriates me and many hundreds of thousands of people who came here the right way to see what's happening on our southern border every day.
Abraham George, thank you. Hey, very quickly, tell me that Beto isn't planning to run for something again. I can't stand that guy. I keep hearing he's itching to run again.
4 times. Yeah, he ran, 3 times and lost 3 times. And so I'm sure he's going to run for something soon. But Texas is not going to elect him ever again. So that's a done deal for him.
Beto. His name is Bob, by the way. I don't get the Beto routine. Abraham George. Right. He's terrible. Abraham George. Keep an eye on Abraham George. Follow him on Twitter @Abraham George. Thank you, sir. Chair of the Texas GOP, and we'll be right back.